Hello, everyone. To some degree, I'm still putting the course together, but just bits and pieces. The course is essentially finished, and certainly my previous announcement told you can get started, and I want you to get started right away. But I want to give you a sense of what I've done, what I've put together, what sort of business ethics course I've put together, and why I've done it, and what we'll be reading in general, which is not anything general. It's a lot of specifics. I'll tell you what I did. It's been a while since I've taught business ethics. I used to teach it quite a bit. And my feeling about business ethics, the kind of readings, that it's a really good subject to look at. But as far as literature, there's not the greatest amount of really good stuff. So what I've done for the first 4 weeks is picked out things that I do think are really good and made them the focus of the week. And that goes for weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. What you'll see in each of those weeks, if you click on the folder for the week, is that on Monday we'll start with what I consider to be a classic in business ethics. The first reading we'll have is Homer Saracen's introduction to his management manual. That was a course that was given to Japanese business executives after the end of World War II by American business people, and really a landmark thing, this management manual. We'll just read the introduction to it. And then the ideas in the rest of the week, we'll look at things that are opened up, the territory that's opened up by those classic readings. And really the theme that's opened up is the purpose of a business, the very idea of what a business is for in that first week. And then really changing things quite a bit, at least in terms of the ideological approach, looking at another classic in business ethics, Milton Friedman's The Social Responsibility of Business is to Increase Its Profits, which is an entirely different view from Saracen's, but that'll be the classic, and then we'll look at something commenting on that. And then week 3, Albert Z. Carr's Is Business Bluffing Ethical, where he calls into question the whole idea of business ethics as a kind of a put on, a bluff, that business people are anything but ethical, and that's okay. Really a classic view. And then Peter Drucker, the great management guru, also very skeptical of the very notion of business ethics. His essay, What is Business Ethics? So the first 4 weeks of the course will be just looking at classic, whatever they talk about, just looking for quality, looking at what I consider to be quality, looking at classic milestone articles or essays in business ethics. And that'll be the first 4 weeks of the course. Then we will start to get topical. If you look at week 5, ethics of employment, week 6, profiteering, week 7, ethics and debt, week 8, externalities, and then weeks 9 and 10, a 2 week focus on corruption, bribery, and fraud in business. So the first 4 weeks are really, the thing is dictated by whatever this classic essay talks about, but then the last 6 weeks of the course are topical, looking at what I consider to be key areas in business ethics or the morality of business or ethical problems in business. Ethics of employment really is about whether employees owe any kind of duty of loyalty to their employer, which is a very shaky thing, I think, to say what the basis of that would be. Week 6, profiteering. Profiteering is looking for profits in unethical ways, and really, asking if that's really a thing. I mean, is there such a thing as unethical profit seeking? Week 7, ethics and debt, is really the whole big issue of how creditors, people who, or institutions or people who loan money, what their moral duties are, if any, to the people to whom they loan the money. So things like credit cards and mortgages and things like that. Externalities, week 8, is really about the kind of costs that corporations impose on society in the course of making a profit. And we'll be looking exclusively at the externality of global warming and the the complicity of oil companies in that. Week nine is a sort of a wide ranging look at malfeasance, bribery, and fraud, and generally corruption in business and its relationship with, especially with government, but just its relationship with the world. Looking at various things, we'll be looking at some documentaries there too. So I hope I gave you a sense of what we'll be doing in the course. There's no overall theme. We'll be looking at key issues, I think, and we'll be looking at some really classic articles in business ethics. And I think that by the end of the course, you'll have a pretty good notion of at least some of the big issues in business ethics.